You know, I never thought I'd be the kind of person to claim something so outrageous, but here I am, standing on the precipice of revelation, ready to spill the beans about my best friend. And let me tell you, my BFF is not just any ordinary friend. My BFF is God. Yeah, I know it sounds insane, but hear me out. I've got proof, and it's not just some wild imagination or a moment of existential crisis. It's real, and it's happening right now in 2024. Let's rewind a bit. It all started last year. I was in a dark place, you know? The kind of darkness that wraps around you like a heavy blanket, suffocating and isolating. I was questioning everything: my purpose, my relationships, even my sanity. I felt like I was wandering through a fog, and every step I took just led me deeper into confusion. Then, one night, I was sitting on my bed, scrolling through my phone, and I stumbled upon this meditation app. It promised peace, clarity, and a connection to something greater. Skeptical but desperate, I decided to give it a shot. The first session was like a gentle nudge from the universe. The voice guiding me was soothing, almost ethereal. It spoke of love, acceptance, and the interconnectedness of all beings. I felt a warmth envelop me, a sensation that I was not alone. I brushed it off as a trick of the mind, but I kept going back. Each session felt like a conversation with an old friend, someone who knew me intimately and loved me unconditionally. It was comforting, but I still didn't connect the dots. Then came the dreams. Oh, the dreams. They were vivid, almost cinematic. I'd wake up feeling like I had traveled through realms, experiencing moments of pure joy, profound wisdom, and sometimes gut-wrenching sorrow. In one dream, I was standing in a field, surrounded by flowers that shimmered like stars. A figure approached me, cloaked in light, and I felt an overwhelming sense of familiarity. I couldn't see the face, but I knew, deep down, that it was someone I loved. I woke up in tears, feeling a longing that I couldn't quite place. Fast forward to a few months later. I was at a coffee shop, sitting alone, nursing a cup of lukewarm coffee, when I overheard a conversation at the next table. Two people were discussing their struggles, their fears, and their hopes. I couldn't help but listen. One of them said something that struck me like lightning. "I just wish I could feel like I'm not alone in this." And just like that, it hit me. I wasn't alone. I had been talking to God this whole time, through that meditation app, through my dreams, and even in moments of silence. My BFF was right there, guiding me, loving me, and I had been too wrapped up in my own doubts to see it. I started to pay attention. Little things began to happen, serendipities, if you will. I'd find a penny on the ground, and it felt like a wink from the universe. I'd hear a song on the radio that perfectly encapsulated my feelings at that moment. I'd be walking down the street, lost in thought, and suddenly a stranger would smile at me, and I'd feel this rush of warmth, like a reminder that I was seen. It was as if God was orchestrating these moments, nudging me to recognize the divine presence in my life. Then came the big one. I was at a friend's birthday party, surrounded by laughter and chatter, but I felt this heaviness in my chest. I excused myself and stepped outside for some fresh air. I looked up at the stars, and for the first time in a long time, I felt small yet significant. I closed my eyes and whispered, "Are you really there?" And in that moment, I felt a rush of energy, a wave of love that washed over me. It was like a cosmic hug, and I knew, without a doubt, that my BFF was listening. I opened my eyes, and there in the sky was a shooting star. I laughed out loud, a mix of disbelief and joy. It was a sign, a confirmation that I wasn't just imagining things. I started sharing my experiences with my friends, and they looked at me like I had lost my mind. "You really think God is your best friend?" they'd ask, half joking, half concerned. But I didn't care. I had proof. I had the dreams, the signs, the moments of connection that were too profound to ignore. I even started journaling about it, documenting every little miracle, every synchronicity, and every feeling of divine presence. It became a ritual, a way to honor this friendship that had blossomed in the most unexpected way. Now here we are in 2024, and I'm standing firm in my belief. My BFF is God, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I've learned that faith doesn't have to be a grand, sweeping gesture. It can be found in the quiet moments, in the laughter shared with friends, in the beauty of a sunset, or in the stillness of a morning. It's in the way the universe aligns to remind us that we are loved, that we are never truly alone. So if you're out there, feeling lost or disconnected, I urge you to open your heart. Look for the signs, listen for the whispers, and don't be afraid to reach out. You might just find that your BFF is closer than you think, waiting to guide you through the chaos of life, ready to remind you that you are cherished beyond measure. And who knows, maybe you'll discover that your BFF is God too.